Hey, Roar Riders. This is Mademoiselle Mosley again. I hope everybody is doing fine tonight. I just want to let you guys know that I share because I care. Um, I really want people to live their best life on this side before they go to the next side and have the heavenly experience here on earth. And the reason why I'm talking about that because I worked in the nursing field for about 15 years plus. And I've seen a lot of people um, on their deathbed. And I don't want to see you in a hospital bed of regrets where you laying there wishing you would have married the love of your life or wish you would have did right by your husband or wife if they're doing right by you and if it's not being harmful to you. Um, so I'm going to talk about this tonight on what I've seen, what I've experienced, and what I'm trying to help you to understand on this side. Like I said earlier, I don't want you in the hospital bed of regrets because you wasted your steps on this side. Like I said before, you don't know how many patients that God gave me to minister to during the process of that work. You know, He gave me insight. And also He allowed me to see people leaving from this side going to the next in regrets, and that some people whom I attended to was telling me about entities while I was in the room with them, but I didn't see anything or hear anything. And it makes me understand that between this world and the next, there is some different effects for different people according to the life that they lived. Um, I don't know if they asked God to forgive or not to forgive, but I know for sure, because I was there, that this person was saying they saw something that I couldn't see, but they were headed to another part of their destiny. So that's another thing. And um, I also ministered to people that got sent away from across another side of town, and I was their nurse for the day. And, they spoke to me in a way because I believe in allowing people to speak their piece. And whether I do or don't respond is according to the wisdom and knowledge that God has given me to respond and answer to these individuals. But this one person had went through a bad relationship, and they got shipped to the hospital which I was working in. And after we talked a little bit, it's something just seeing a person in regret. Sometimes we stay too long in situations and they go real wrong when we know we should have left. And I'm not knocking anybody's marriage or anything like that. You know how they say until death do us part. Sometimes I don't even believe like death doing you part, like you actually leaving this part of the world to the next. I think it's that sometimes death in the marriage is death in the emotions, is death in the um in the purpose of the marriage. It doesn't matter how long you stay there. People can stay as long as they want. They can do it. I'm not telling anybody to stay, leave, or go or pay $500. But what I'm saying is that sometimes we stay too long, and sometimes we came into agreements and covenant with the wrong person at the wrong time of our life. We make them our husband or wife because we're not yet understanding the full aspect of what we're doing. So let me get done with this thing. So I've seen a lot in the 15 years that I was in the nursing field, but the only thing that I didn't see a lot of, let me tell you what it was. And this was so, the Great I Am just brings so many stuff to my mind. The only thing I didn't see a lot of was family and friends. I did not see a lot of family and friends. You know why I put that emphasis on family and friends? And I did work four days a week, 12-hour shifts. So I was there one day, that they've been, is because they had so much to say in the beginning. A lot of these people that don't show up at your ending, if they ain't already gone on to glory, had a lot to say and input in your story. But when your story come to an end, you can't find a family member or a friend. Oh, they can tell you don't marry him, don't marry her, don't do this, you should do this, you should do that. But when you down, ain't nobody around. All them people that was bumping their gums and talking, baby, they ain't worried about you because you ain't walking. Some people come to interrupt your purpose because you believe just because you kin to them on the surface that they are part of your purpose, and that's not what that means. So let me see it. That's the only thing I didn't see a lot of was family and friends, because it wasn't their end. It's like many other nurses, and we didn't get to rehearse this. The nurses that were there we were trying to resuscitate people. We didn't rehearse that. I don't care how many CPR classes you take. And it really, really happens, you don't know exactly what's going to be done, how it's going to be done, who's going to do it, what's the situation and the individual it is. That is not rehearsed. And I'm telling you, when things like that happen, you play it back in your mind over and over again, hoping that and wishing that you could have did better, even though you did the best that you could. When somebody leaves from 3D to 5D or whatever D they go to, it's something that'll make you think about what you're doing from day to day. And if it don't, it's something wrong with you. So, like I said, it wasn't rehearsed when we did all that resuscitating and responding to someone that's non-responding. Taking the measures to bring somebody back to life and getting them back and seeing them walk and talk again and go home with their family. The energy that fills the room when you're trying to bring someone that's leaving this atmosphere, bringing them back to this atmosphere. It's an energy bigger than life that fills this room. The energy fills the room that's bigger than life, that makes it feel as though there is no more room in the room. That's why I know that we're greater than what we think we are. We're purposed to do so many other things besides have a job and have kids and get cars and clothes. It is a greater purpose in his life, because when that person's life, that spirit leaves that person's body, it fills up the room till there's no room in the room left. Even though you can have open space over here, open space over there, open space over there, there is no room. That spirit is that big. Oh my God. And then when that spirit leaves, it's like renewed, fresh, tingly. Make you think. And when that energy is gone and you say to yourself, what went wrong? Nothing. The soul has left the body, headed back home. So while we're here, my dear, please stop complaining. Stop mistreating one to another. Stop allowing people to make decisions for you that you want to do. And I know it's going to be a good thing you want to do. I'm not talking about bad. I always say that because I might want to do. I'm not talking about that part. Please take in consideration that we all have a time on us. And your time is not longer because you have money or because you have kids or because you was a good person or a bad person. I'm going to say this and then I'm going to go. You know how people see old people and they say, you've been here a long time. You know, I know you must have been a good person. That's not necessarily true. Or you've been here a long time. That you must have been a blessing to somebody. That's not true. Sometimes, now I'm not saying it ain't true for some, but sometimes people are here for a long time because God has given them time to get right with the wrong that they did within the time that they was here. They still haven't repented. They still haven't made amends. So he's giving you time to get your ducks in a row. So I hope that helped y'all. I share because I care. Okay? Be blessed. Continue to love. Be truthful, honest, and loving. And like I say, get it before it gets you. I'm out.